That segment makes me a lot happier now because Bryson had a good weekend.
Hey!
So, welcome back to the Baseball Diaries. We're changing the format of the episode just a little bit this time. Extenuating circumstances.
Yes.
Going on. I'm going to get right into the Phillies. The Phillies lost the first game of their weekend series against the Royals. Guess who was fucking pitching?
Seth Lugo.
For the Phillies.
Oh, sorry. Taijuan Walker.
Correct. Fucking Taijuan Walker was pitching. And
I want to say I was shocked, but
you can't
not.
be. So going into that, there was one good thing that came out of that. So the Phillies broadcast crew was talking about it because it was another awful start. Actually, hold on. I remember I predicted his stat line last episode for his next start.
What did you say it was?
I'm looking it up right now. I think because I said 4 1/3, 6 earned runs. And let's see what he did against the Royals this weekend. Let's just see. For shits and giggles. Versus Kansas
all
City.
Shits and giggles.
Oh! It was worse. 3 innings, 6 earned runs. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Striking out to Taijuan Walker in the year of our Lord 2024. All right, bro, pick up a different hobby. He was terrible again. And so the color commentator, so at home it's John Kruk. He occasionally does certain travel gigs. So there it was Ruben Amaro Jr., our former GM, who led us through the worst years of Phillies baseball I've watched. And he was like, oh, well, they need him to work on his mechanics, whatever, blah, 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 or something like that. And
AAA.
he gets shelled in Double-A. It doesn't even matter at this point.
I don't care what level, just not in the major leagues.
Yeah, he's not a major league pitcher anymore. He just straight up isn't. And look, at the time I was like, well, you know what, whatever. Decent enough signing, and not who I wanted. I wanted Nasty Nate because he was still available. Mm-hmm. I wanted Nasty Nate. We didn't get Nasty Nate. We ended up with this bum. And it does.
Dog,
it
if
does
y'all
suck
ended up with
because
Nasty Nate, if y'all had a Nasty Nate, my God,
could you imagine that rotation?
That's a cheat code.
It is a cheat code. But we do
Nasty Nate would be your fucking 4.
Nasty Nate would be our 4, and that's
3
terrifying.
or 4.
It would probably be between 3 or 4. You really don't know. Because Ranger just came back and was good. He was very good. He pitched the second game, and Kobe Allard started the third game today. And Kobe Allard was a lot better than I expected. And Kobe Allard has been...
He outdueled Seth Lugo.
Which is... Well, I mean, okay, so to be fair, you and I knew this was coming. Not everyone did.
Yeah. I mean, Lugo's last 7 out of his last 7 starts, he's got a 5.20 ERA.
Yeah. So, like we predicted, the fall off came. But Walker, and the shame it is, Walker is a really good human being.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible pitcher. God awful pitcher. Legitimately cannot eat innings for anyone anymore. There's no major league team that is going to take him off our hands. We're just going to have to DFA him and eat the contract. Which, sucks from a deferred money standpoint, but, you can't have him scheduled to pitch ever again. It's it. But like I was saying, Ruben was talking, they need him to work on his mechanics or whatever, and our commentary guy, Tom McCarthy, just said, no, this is what he is. This is it. You're not getting any better. This is it. We have seen this now for too long. This is it. This is not something you can put out there and say this is good, because it's awful. It's awful every time.
Oh. I'm going to share my screen with you.
Please do it.
Okay. How did I do that last
Because
time?
if it's Taijuan Walker's last 7 starts, I mean, like last 7 days, I've seen it's terrible.
No, it's not that.
Oh yeah, the worst baseball savant page in history.
He is literally the 1 percentile in expected ERA.
Yeah, well, somehow he's pitching better than his expected
By a good chunk too.
which is crazy.
Holy shit!
Like he's just a god awful pitcher. Like there is
Oh
no
my
way.
god! How does he have a good breaking run value? That's what I want to know.
I have no idea. I have no. It has to be the curveball. Like that literally is the only pitch that could possibly be.
Oh my god! The sinker location is literally cockshot.
All of them, dude. And his second most thrown pitch, the splitter. That's a nitro zone. Like that's a nitro zone.
I mean, if you're going righty lefty, that's not a terrible splitter. And honestly, I don't think even righty righty, it's not a terrible splitter. You'd like to see it a little lower. Sure.
Like if I'm having the ideal splitter, I want the red zone to be like hovering between the black, like right down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not terrible location, but it's not good enough.
No, I agree with you, and especially when the sinker is this.
Yeah, like you're not fooling anyone. And I mean, look at the four seamer. Like, what is that?
The four seamer. That's just, like.
That's like that literally looks like the island of Japan. Like
yeah.
There's no consistency. And look at the curveball. Like I have no idea genuinely what his breaking run value comes from because the curveball is again a cock shot.
And then the cutter
is BP
is just bad.
fastball. Like that's a BP fastball.
Holy shit! There's literally not a good pitch here.
There's maybe not a single good pitch.
Sweeper is high as fuck.
Yeah.
Like you don't want that up there. You want that down here.
Exactly. And it's like that's also technically the island of Japan.
Holy shit!
He's terrible. He's terrible. However,
I was expecting maybe he's just getting a little unlucky. No, he's actually getting lucky.
He's somehow getting lucky being one of the worst pitchers in the National League. So I mean, there's no congratulations, nothing here, brother. You suck. I'm sorry. Like as a human being, good job. Everything else, get the fuck out of Philly. Like, go. Like seriously, join Trevor Bauer in the Mexican League. You'll probably look like an ace.
I don't know if he will, but
he probably won't. He should just be a family man, but he won't. After that disastrous start, Ranger came back and the Phillies absolutely annihilated the Royals in Kansas City 2 games in a row, which was great to see. And Bobby Witt was terrible today, like defensively. He hit a 441-foot home run, but he had I don't know if they were scored errors because they were hit hard. But
they're plays that Bobby Witt usually makes.
They're plays that you would expect a guy who's in MVP voting to make. Like, I mean, okay, can I say it? Gunnar probably does make the plays because I do think Gunnar's a better defender.
I'm going to disagree with you there.
Well,
I'm going to disagree with you.
You can disagree, but
I think they're both really good. I think Bobby Witt's got to step up defensively.
Well, in that case, he really needed to step up this weekend, and he just didn't.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
No, it happens. However, I'm at the point now where I think it's time to call the AL MVP race. I think it's gonna be Judge. I don't think there's any doubt
at this point. No,
he just hit 50.
And he's the second player ever, or I'm sorry, the 5th player to have 3 50 home run seasons. So
yeah, so we're as a podcast going to declare that debate over. However, the Phillies absolutely smoked the Royals in the last 2 games of the series, and the one game they lose is the Taijuan Walker start. Shocker. I mean, that's I've been saying it since the beginning of the season. Why is there a scheduled loss every 5th day? And now I think I genuinely think with the post game comments, I think it's it. Like I think they're gonna call it. I was surprised he wasn't DFA'd this morning when we brought Allard up, because Max Lazar, who has been pitching well at the major league level, was sent back down to Lehigh Valley because he still had options left. That was essentially what the impression around Philly's beat writers was. So I mean, I honestly think this is the end of the road for Taijuan Walker, and I couldn't be happier. But also, it sucks that we had to get to this point, like for him to be this unbearable as a starter. It was
like finally,
for the bell to finally toll on his major league career.
Well, and honestly, I think the reason they were willing to do that is because they had such a big lead in the division where it was like, well, we lose one every 5 starts. We were paying this guy a lot of money. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Now it got to the point where it's like, okay, I mean, the Braves aren't close by any means.
They just lost to the Nats today.
Wait. Oh, fuck.
They're closer than you thought they were, weren't
never
they?
Mind. Never mind. I thought I was looking at wild card games back, and I was like, and it said the tie, and I was like, wait, when the fuck did that happen? No, but they're not close, but they're within
closer
reaching.
Than they should be.
Yes, they're within it would not be impossible for them to catch you.
No.
By any means.
And I mean, honestly, at this point, I would be stunned. It would take something historic.
It would take the Braves going an insane run and the Phillies to just suck ass. But
like I'll be honest, the Phillies have been terrible since essentially the London series. But with the injuries the Braves had, like I mean, that's going to be something.
The fact that they've been able to withstand the injuries that they've had and be this good
and still
is
be as good as they are. It's mind blowing. I mean, I'll be honest. I do not think that it's like if this happened to them again next year, I don't think it's possible that they maintain this pace.
Completely agree.
But
I mean, they're basically trotting out a lineup of guys who were not wanted by other teams.
Yeah, like that's literally what they're doing,
and somehow they're winning games.
Yes, and look, I don't know how the Nats did it today, but they did it and they won.
Witchcraft,
likely, and James Wood probably had a nasty game again.
Ever since he got out of
the Pentagon.
Ever since he got out of the Pentagon, he's been on fire.
Yeah. He beat zombies and he got to Nats Park and decided to just be one of the best hitters in baseball. And another thing that's going to be in news and notes, surely this guy won't haunt me for 6 years before he's traded to a contender, Dylan Cruz. Dylan Cruz is going to make his major league debut. And tomorrow. I'm like, we got an incredibly inappropriate joke from Forshawn Fastball regarding my comment about Dylan Cruz looking like a plumber, which led to you being Thad Castle.
I thought I was Thad Castle well before that.
Yeah, no, but you didn't say the oil changes thing until then. And then that's what led to us deciding as a podcast.
I think that is
he's Thad Castle, I'm Alex Moran.
That just makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
Personality-wise, it's perfect. Like, I'm kind of loud, obviously. I'm not built like Thad Castle, but close.
He's not a linebacker, but
no. But I'm the weight and height of a linebacker. That's for sure.
Yes.
I'd be a smaller linebacker, but like definitely could
be an outside linebacker.
Yeah, but if like just the person, I'm also much dumber than you are, clearly. Look, man. I know where I have my strengths and I have my weaknesses. My brain is probably not a strength. No, I don't think my brain can bench as much as my body.
Well, no shit. But yes.
But like then there's you, where it's like you can put in like the minimal effort and completely fucking get away with it, and it's like
that's actually uncomfortably true.
Yeah,
like uncomfortably true.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah. But yeah, that's all I got from the Phillies Royal Series. I mean, like, okay, are the Phillies back? No. They need to win like 7 in a row for me to
played the
even think that.
Royals. Like, and the
Well,
Royals
and
have been very
okay,
good this year.
the Royals
But
have been very good this year.
do I
And
trust them? Fuck no.
I think the more encouraging thing was it's where the Royals have been hitting the fucking cover off.
That
the
is
ball.
true. At home.
So realistically, am I gonna say they're back?
Was it?
Fuck no.
Was this series in the bank or was it in Kansas City?
It was in Kaufman.
Okay.
And
that's encouraging.
Castellanos hit a deep drive to left again in Kaufman today.
Home run?
Yeah, his 17th of the year.
I feel like 15 of those have come in the second half.
I think they have. I mean, it's been a lot. Like he's been weirdly consistent as to where like his power numbers have been.
Yeah.
Like he's been a consistently good hitter in the second half.
Yeah. And I was waiting for it to happen.
I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith.
This is live from what happened today. Oh no. Yeah. Yes.
It will be a home run.
There was no fans in the stands either.
And so that'll make it
there were more Phillies fans, which is
I don't know if I'm gonna be putting on this
a weird place for them to be. They're just like in Kansas City, Missouri.
Maybe you know why he hit that home run? It's because that guy is putting on a headset again.
He is putting on a headset again. That is true. And so, I'm going to be honest. Look, what he said is genuinely probably something that should make you unemployable. Again,
he did say something bad.
However, he's a good commentator. Like, I'm not going to hate on his actual ability to commentate. Should he be unemployable? Yes.
Probably.
Is he a good commentator? Also, yes. That both can be true. Like,
yes. Well, I hate when people do that in general when they can't separate like this person. Like, I'm going to use the worst example possible in baseball. Ready? Wander Franco, horrible fucking person, should not be in the game.
Absolutely.
Really good shortstop. He was a good shortstop.
He was a good shortstop. Yeah.
I mean,
it's ironic
do I think he should play baseball? No.
He should never be employed again.
No. But I do think if you wanted to say, was he a talented shortstop? Yeah.
On the actions. Like, doubling down on it was crazy as hell.
And then the family fucking doubled down on it
recently. That part's insane to me.
That is beyond insane to me.
Look, I know there are different cultural norms, but what the fuck? Like,
no. Yeah, no.
And
jail.
ironically,
straight to jail.
First guy the Rays paid.
Yep. Second guy. Longo.
Oh, yeah. Longo. I mean, you see how rare it is? You completely forget about Evan Longoria.
Yeah, which that was back in, 2008?
Yeah, because I remember playing against him in the World Series, and it was awful. Because it's like, who do you pitch to? Well, you kind of have to pitch to everyone except him. And he still ends up hitting home runs. So, like, just...
Mm-hmm. All right. So,
all right, now,
since
Cardinals.
I might need to be out of here, I might need to be taking a break for a second soon.
Yes.
The Cardinals, they're back to 500 after taking 2 out of 3 games against the Twins. I'm not, meh. Like, I'm just kind of like, okay, we took 2 out of 3 against the Twins. Cool. I don't think they're that good of a ball club anyways, honestly. Like,
no.
Their record says they're really fucking good. I don't believe them. They're going to go this whole season. I'm going to go, I don't believe you. I don't believe you're good. Like,
yeah.
Minus
that's
Royce
typical
Lewis,
Minnesota thing.
Whenever he's healthy.
Whenever he's not dead.
And then, the rotation is a bunch of... It's better than our rotation, no question. But it's like a bunch of meh. Like, where it's like, okay, got Joe Ryan, Bailey Ober. Like, okay, they're not bad pitchers, but none of them scare me.
Yeah.
Like, there's none of them where I'm like, oh, fuck, we got to face this guy today. And then we're now, like I said, we're 500, 10 games back of the Brewers, which I think the Brewers have the best record in the National League right now.
I think it's a...
Oh, no.
I think it might be a 3-way tie at this point.
No, the Dodgers have it, then the Phillies, and then the Brewers.
Okay.
For last week, it was last week they had.
It's gonna be like, I think that, like, those top 3, it's gonna be changing for the rest of the season.
I agree. It's gonna be close. Like, who gets that? Who has to play in the wild card game? Up for debate. Completely up for debate.
Completely forgot that Sunday Night Baseball was Astros Orioles tonight.
Oh yeah.
It's
gotta go on
currently
the
in the
screen.
top of the third, I think. I have no idea who's pitching. I just looked it up on my ESPN app. But with that, do you have anything else to add about the Cardinals? Before, I'm going to let you rip the Astros first.
Yeah. So on the Cardinals, I also have Willson Contreras to the IL with a broken finger. So that's not
you
good.
said you were going to kill yourself because of that.
It's true. I did not. I'm still here.
Somehow.
The night's not over. No, because I didn't have... The reason I'm not worried about... Oh my god, they have Jackson Holiday on the mic.
Oh shit, I might have to put that on now.
They're like, are you done playing... Now that you're done playing with Legos, you ready to play MLB baseball? Like,
apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently.
He hasn't been, honestly, that good again. He's been kind of sucking again.
Yes, but... just to touch on that series, because it's been a very good series. The Orioles have won both games so far. So the series is already won for the Orioles. And because that's the podcast team. Cool.
Wait.
Great. Yes, the Orioles have won both games.
Because Brian Abreu blew the fucking game.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Yes, he did.
No, 2 days ago. 2 days ago he blew it.
Yeah, 2 days ago. He gave up a grand slam to
and then another run, too.
Jesus.
Yesterday was just a decent start by Framber, and then nothing. They just didn't score enough runs.
Well, you also, so my thing was, before the Jackson Holiday, yesterday, Jackson Holiday hit a bases-clearing double after Colton Cowser hit what should have been a routine ground out to first.
I saw that. I did see that.
And Cowser beat it out. I genuinely have no idea. I know Cowser's fast, but I didn't think he was that fast.
Well, it's like PCA hitting that freaking inside the
Parker.
Today.
Yeah.
I knew he was fast, but I was like, holy fuck, that guy
flies.
flew.
Yeah.
Oh my god, did he hit that thing? I was like, holy shit, I don't know if I've ever seen someone run that fast.
And then I was also like, oh, so this is why Cubs fans said he was going to die at Wrigley Field, because he runs 1,000 miles an hour. And he's going to crash straight into the bricks.
Yes. Yeah.
So yes, it's understandable.
Yeah. How long until we see Pete Crow Armstrong out for a month due to concussion?
It's got to be happening soon. It has to happen
because
he's gonna.
I could just see ball over his head, and he's just sprinting dead straight back, and then just whack right into the
glove,
ball.
not even out.
Yep.
Just bolting straight into the wall. And it's like, oh, well, there's an IV cushion. It's brick.
Yeah. And then not only that, the IV cushion, he's going 55 miles an hour. He's running like a fucking cheetah. That IV cushion isn't shit.
The guy runs faster than most cars drive on.
That's
small
that's like
roads.
saying if I were to just fall and hit my head on the concrete, they're like, well, he's got good hair.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
That is exactly what it is.
So back to real quick to the Cardinals. Victor Scott II, over his last 7 games, 353, 450, 647 for a 1.097 OPS.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't know.
You'll take it.
I'll take. I don't know what to say about it because I'm I don't trust it. Literally, he's never been that good of a hitter.
Yeah.
He's been fast as hell, is what he's been.
Okay. We're good now. I got the Orioles Astros on.
Yeah. So yeah, then the Astros, they've lost both games to the Orioles. Again, due to a Brian Abreu blow up, and then just not scoring any runs yesterday.
Do you see who the fuck is up to bat right now?
I'm about to see it in a second. I think I'm a tick behind you. Why can I not breathe right now?
When the fuck did that happen?
I'm still not seeing it.
It's Emmanuel Rivera.
Oh. I don't know.
When did that happen? Oh.
No idea.
Kikuchi walks him, so no home run spoiler there. But what the fuck? Okay, whatever. if you're going to play a right-handed hitting first baseman, why not just play Mountcastle? But whatever. Unless Emmanuel Rivera is a switch hitter.
Or did they trade Mountcastle?
No, I think Mountcastle's still there. Oh, that is a high
maybe
strike.
Mountcastle's hurt?
He might be. I don't know. I genuinely have no answer for this one.
It just says out. Yeah, this does not. Oh, yeah, he got a wrist injury.
Oh, okay. Never mind. That makes sense now. Okay, but yeah, I mean, so Abreu blew a game, and
which is, I mean, look, it's bound to happen. He's been great for the last 3 months.
It is bound to happen. It happens to everyone. All the time.
I don't really have anything else to say on the Astros, really. There's not much, to say. They didn't score runs yesterday.
Let me see what the Mariners have done recently.
Well, and
probably nothing good.
I mean, even with these 2 losses, the Mariners are still 4 games back.
So the Mariners are not making the playoffs. We've already said that.
No.
Oh, they won today. How about that?
That's how bad the Mariners have been. The Mariners guy on this podcast has no idea that they played this weekend. They actually won the series this weekend.
No, they did not. Oh my God,
yes,
they did. You're right. Huh?
I know.
How about that?
They actually scored 6 runs on a game.
Yeah, and then they proceeded to score 3 and 4, which is that's still a high output day for the Mariners offense.
For the Mariners, that's a high output offense.
Josh Rojas gets clutch insurance run with RBI single. Okay. Who was
that's
pitching?
all the team knows how to do is hit singles.
Even that's being nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the worst batting average in baseball.
I meant when they get hits, they're singles.
66 and 65. Jesus Lord, Seattle. Yeah, okay, so you've already fired the manager. Let's fire the GM. Let's just fire the GM.
Dude, I'm looking at oh my God. Their highest OPS on their team, 732. That's their highest.
Okay,
and it's not even fucking J-Rod. It's Kyle Raleigh, your catcher. Your defensive first catcher.
George Kirby struggled again, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, 4 and 2/3 with only 3 Ks.
3 earned runs. What day was that?
That was the game they lost, actually.
Saturday?
Yeah. I mean, he got the loss, but...
Ooh, yeah, that's not good.
He just, he's been struggling this year. He has been. And it's... I mean, obviously, I picked him for Cy Young on this podcast. I bet Tarek Skubal, which, thank God I did.
I mean, he's not having a bad year, but he's
not bad.
He's taking a step back from last year.
Yes.
Which everyone thought he was going to take a step forward.
I thought he was going to have a sub-3 this year. I will fully admit that. I thought he was going to have a sub-3.
You thought he was going to win the Cy Young, so yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was going to have a sub-3, and I thought he was going to be excellent this year. And he's not been bad, but he just hasn't been good.
He's
not been his good. You know what I mean?
Yes. I mean, his ERA,
3.48.
Yeah, which is a step back from last year, and that's still a good ERA. But for a guy who had the hopes of winning a Cy Young, that's not going to do it.
And for a guy who has the pitch arsenal that he does,
yeah,
and we've gone in absurd lengths about George Kirby and what he should do, and it's yes, we know we're not pitching coaches, but it's you got to mix them more. You can't be so fastball heavy. And it's not even he needs to be that fastball heavy.
No,
his breaking stuff is wicked.
Stuff. Never mind.
So we're still at 0-0 in the Sunday Night Baseball game today.
Yeah, which I'm really upset right now because I sat Kikuchi today because I was I don't want to see that.
Well, Kikuchi's been all right, but he's also got
he's been really good. He's actually with the Astros. He's been really
good.
With
the Astros he's been really good. But today I think he's he walked Emmanuel Rivera, so I'm
that's true. That is true. So hopefully I made the right decision in sitting him.
Hopefully. Yes,
If he
I'm
strikes out
currently
like
sitting in
13,
the
I'm going
cave.
to die.
Yeah, fair enough. That would be fair. I am currently sitting in a cave. My lights are off. It's hot as hell in Virginia, actually.
I shall be back.
Okay. Because we've covered everything, I will, in terms of teams, I will start to get into the news and notes. So, Ohtani goes 40-40 on the same day. How about that? Likely thing for him to do. His 40th home run was a walk-off grand slam. I should probably turn on a light. I will be right back. Wow, that's bright. Welcome to my abode again. So Ohtani went 40-40, hit a home run, a walk-off grand slam for his 40th home run of the year, and so that's kind of likely thing for him to do. I mean, it is Shohei Ohtani. What exactly do you expect? He also threw off the mound for the first time. Encouraging. He did get drilled in the wrist today. X-rays came back negative. So it wasn't quite the same thing as Austin Riley. It looked like it initially because of the way he was holding his wrist. He was holding it like this, and me and Tyler discussed this before the podcast started. And I mean, wrist injuries are tough. So with that, it was a little concerning. But if he's not seriously hurt, I don't think he misses too much time. But I also don't think he plays for probably around a week. Just because they're gonna have to be careful with him because the NL West race is close enough to where you have a marginal bit of concern for Shohei, and you really need to be careful with the guy that's. I mean, he's an otherworldly level talent, so you just got to be careful. Ryan Helsley. This is a Cardinals thing. Ryan Helsley has 40 saves. He's been overworked this season. Tyler has gotten into that at length at this point because of just how the Cardinals are throwing him. And I mean, it's become almost a common thing in baseball with bullpen overuse, which you don't love, obviously, but it's something that is bound to happen over such a long season. But he hit 40 saves, which is awesome. So good for Ryan Helsley. Electric picture to watch. Shout out Ryan Helsley for blowing the save against the Phillies in Game 1 of 2022. So special shout out to Ryan Helsley for that one. After that, Aaron Judge, 5th player in the MLB, in all of MLB history, to hit 3 50 home run seasons. So great for Aaron Judge. We already declared the AL MVP race over. It's going to be Judge. It should be Judge. And look, as much as I wanted Gunnar Henderson to win it, it's not happening. So, Barry Bonds, then, after that, inducted into the Pirates Hall of Fame. At some point. Hopefully he makes it into the Major League Hall of Fame. He is insane. In terms of players on the 40-40 list, there are actually currently no Hall of Famers on it. There are different reasons for those players not making the Hall of Fame. Shohei doesn't share those features, but me and Tyler have made our feelings on Barry very clear here, so, it'll take a change, and at some point, maybe that change happens, so we'll see. Dylan Cruz will make his MLB debut tomorrow. I've commented on this earlier. Surely this guy won't haunt me for 6 years in the NL East before he is traded to a contender, which would be almost the most likely thing for him to do. He will be an insane player for the Nats for a little while, unless they decide to actually try and win a World Series again. At this point, I have no idea what the Nats' plan is. They've had great drafts, great trades. They in terms of winners of the Juan Soto trade, like I mean, at this point, I don't really know. But James Wood has been excellent. I know Castle is a fantastic prospect. Mackenzie Gore isn't pitching at ace caliber level, but he's pitching well enough for you to be like, okay, that was a justified inclusion. And the Nats got good return. Obviously, trading away Juan Soto is not something you would want to do. But I mean, they got good return for all of it. So, I mean, really, you can't really complain about too much. I mean, especially with the Nats, you won the 2019 World Series. You kind of just have to take that and hope that eventually they get back to wanting to be a contender again. Since I live in the DMV area, there's a smattering. It's a mix of Nats and O's fans. There are a lot of Phillies fans here, actually. Thankfully, there are not many, if any, Mets fans. Braves fans scattered here and about. So a lot of it sucks there, but Nats fans are an interesting bunch. I think most of them think they're better than they are. I know I had decent hopes for them, like thinking they would, like the young talent would actually show up and like really show out for them this year, and they wouldn't be, say, competing for the division, but they'd be better than they are currently. So we'll see what actually ends up happening. And the Astros just scored. Jeremy Pena with a very aggressive run around third in the top of the fourth with 2 outs. So, I mean, understandable, but that was aggressive. At this point, I actually don't think Kyle Tucker is back yet. Oh, it was a hit and run. So, likely thing. Yeah, I mean, they almost got him at the plate, but they did not. So, the Astros currently lead the final game of the series against the Orioles 1-0. Dean Kramer is on 53 pitches and just spiked a pitch. Not quite sure what pitch he just threw. The Orioles are 1 game back in the AL East to the Yankees. But moving on to the next point in news and notes, J-Ram has gone 30-30. J-Ram is an incredible baseball player. One of the more, I guess, at this point, underappreciated talents still in baseball. J-Ram's incredible. And it for the majority of his career, always has been. So good for J-Ram. Good for the Guardians. The AL Central is, I believe we talked about this last episode, apparently a war zone. Hysterical comedy coming out of AL Central accounts recently on Twitter and other social media accounts. And I mean, it's great comedy. But after that, the Dodgers DFA'd Jason Hayward. I really got nothing on that one. They DFA'd him. Some team will likely pick him up. I mean, at this point, it honestly might be the Braves, because the Braves just lost Michael Harris II again to injury against the Nats today. So they have another injury to their center fielder of the future and present. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jason Hayward ends up on the Braves. I think again at this point. But we'll see. So Jason Hayward is DFA'd. Do with that information what you will. One say no to walks. I do not have access to the soundboard. That is Tyler. The only singular say no to walks participant so far this weekend. Make sure to let us know if we miss someone. But as of right now, it is just Kevin Gaussman of the Toronto Blue Jays. 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, and 10 Ks. Normally, Tyler and I discuss like the this kind of stuff. However, right now he is otherwise occupied. So at this point, cool, good for you, Gauss. Happy for you. My headset just died, so if the audio sucks, I apologize. But that's. I'm gonna lower the volume on this game. The Astros just scored again. I don't know if it was 2 runs or 3 runs. After that, I will go through the standings and 2 runs. So the Astros are up 3-0 on the Baltimore Orioles right now. Justin Verlander is on the mic, so if you aren't watching, tune in. He might say something fun. He might not. You're going to hear this after the fact, so it doesn't really matter. So, for weekend series, the Orioles currently lead this series 2-0. If the Orioles come back again, which they have done in both of the previous games, then it would be a sweep. But right now, the Astros are playing some good baseball, so it might just be 2-1. The Phillies won 2-1 against the Royals. The Nats and the Braves. 1 second. Getting to it. Washington Nationals lost the series to the Braves 2-1, but won today. The Diamondbacks against the Red Sox, another series. Diamondbacks swept the Red Sox 3-0. Impressive work by the D-backs. The Red Sox have been kind of falling off a cliff, so I mean, in a way, this is almost expected because the Diamondbacks are a good baseball team. They're an annoying baseball team, but they are a good one. The Pirates took 2 out of 3 against the Reds. The Reds won the second game of the series 10-2, but the Pirates won the first 6-5, and the Pirates won the final game of the series 4-3. And who was pitching? Let's find out for the Pirates. Luis Ortiz. Okay. No name of note, really. But Yasmani Grandal hit a 2-run home run to walk it off for the Pirates today. And so the Pirates won the series today off that. The New York Yankees took 2 out of 3 against the Rockies. The Rockies won 9-2 yesterday. The Yankees won 10-3 today, and the Yankees won 3-0 on Friday. After that, Blue Jays played the Angels. At this point, I have no idea who's watching either of these teams, but we'll go through it anyway. The Blue Jays swept the Angels 5-4, 3-1, and 8-2. Jeez, yeah, absolutely smoked them. Now, flowing from that, the Marlins beat the Cubs today 7-2. So let's see if the Marlins took that series. Let's find out. No, The Marlins lost that series 2-1 to the Cubs. The Cubs absolutely bludgeoned them on Saturday 14-2 and won the game on Friday 6-3. The Marlins took game 3 7-2. However, a moot point as they had already lost the series. And the Marlins remain a terrible baseball team. Now, for Guardians versus Rangers. The Guardians took 2 out of 3 against the Texas Rangers. The Rangers won game 1 of the series on Friday 5-3. The Guardians won the second game 13-5, and then the final game of the series they won 4-2. Let's see who was pitching for Texas. Chad Bradford. No, Cody Bradford. Chad Bradford is from Moneyball. And he was the very strange pitcher. However, C. Bradford, so all's fair. Then after that, we had the Tigers taking on the White Sox for the final series of the weekend. And the Tigers, final series of the weekend is still not over. It is a 4-game set. It is the 4-game set for the entire weekend, the only 4-game set for the entire weekend. And the Tigers are in line to sweep it tomorrow. They won the first game 5-2, then 13-4, and then 9-4 against the White Sox. And tomorrow, let's see, the Detroit Tigers have, who is this? Ty Madden scheduled to pitch against Davis Martin, who I couldn't tell you. I mean, the Tigers are close to 500, and the White Sox already have 100 losses. Congrats, White Sox. You are the first team to 100 losses in Major League Baseball this year. Good for you. Obviously not. That's terrible. That sucks ass. You are the White Sox, though. So, and after that, let's get into the standings. Why not? So, in the American League East, the Yankees are currently top, 77-54. Is their wins-loss record. Their differential is plus 128 in terms of runs. The Orioles are 76-55. Well, if they do not start battling back, they will be 2 games back in the division. And their run differential is currently only plus 89. They're currently down 3-0. So that run differential will fall. Boston Red Sox are 67-62 with a plus 13 run differential. The Tampa Bay Rays are 65-65 with a minus 56 run differential. That's remarkable. And the Toronto Blue Jays are 63-68 with a minus 67. So those two teams are just, they are what they are at this point. You kind of just have to deal with it if you're a fan. The AL Central, which has been a absolutely hilarious division. They currently, I believe, have 3 teams in the playoff race. They do. So the Cleveland Guardians are 75-55 with a plus 77 run differential. The Minnesota Twins are 72-58 with a plus 73. And the Kansas City Royals are 72-58 with a plus 96. After that, the Detroit Tigers are 65-66 with a plus 10 run differential. The Chicago White Sox are 31-100 with a minus 276 run differential. Minus 276 at this point in the season is actually remarkable. I have no idea. They're a baseball team. We've said that multiple times on this podcast. They are a baseball team. They're 44.5 games back. If you're a White Sox fan, I'm sorry. I got nothing for you. Better luck 5 years down the road? Maybe? Honestly, nothing for you. So the AL West. The Astros are alive. They are 69-60, might be 70-60 at the end of this game.
might be, with a plus 70 run differential. I mean, in the end, this is what the Astros do. The Seattle Mariners are unfortunately pathetic. They are 66 and 75, and lo and behold, firing your manager didn't solve the fact that your GM is, well, embracing a loser mentality. The Mariners have a plus 15 run differential, and I mean, at this point, there is no hope. You are not making the playoffs. So Seattle's gonna have to look elsewhere. They're gonna have to find something else to get them going. And this current setup is not enough. Like it's just bad. After that, the Texas Rangers are still in the worst hangover from a World Series I've ever seen. They are 60 and 71. Well, I mean, it might not be the worst ever, but it's up there. Minus 45 run differential. Oakland are 56 and 75 with a minus 80 run differential, and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim are 54 and 77 with a minus 123. All of this is bad. But moving on to the National League. Woo, National League. National League East. The Phillies are still in first place. They have 76 wins and 54 losses and a plus 114 run differential. I'm hoping that they have finally turned the corner and will actually start playing good baseball again. That would be great. The Braves are 70 and 60, so closer than I am comfortable with, but they are still 6 games back, so just take care of business, fellas. And by fellas, I mean the Phillies. I would never, ever, ever support the Braves in this situation. If they're playing the Mets, it's a different thing. But it really depends on what benefits me more. I can't have both teams lose, but I would love for both teams to lose. However, right now, the Braves suffered another injury today. So, I mean, at this point, it's just Phillies keep winning, keep your foot on the gas, and try and get one of those first round buys. So after that, the New York Mets are 68 and 63 with a plus 30 run differential. They've been doing a lot better than I expected them to, which is unfortunate because I hate the Mets, but whatever. So the Washington Nationals are 59 and 72 with a minus 61 run differential. I thank them for their service for beating the Braves today, so thank you, Nats. The Miami Marlins are they're a baseball team. They are 47 and 83 with a minus 184 run differential. They're a very, very bad baseball team. And then the Milwaukee Brewers are 75 and 55 with a plus 111 run differential. The Cardinals are 65 and 65, back to 500, as Tyler said, with a minus 56. Chicago Cubs are crawling their way back into it. I don't see a second team from the Central making it at all. I don't think it's even remotely possible at this point. But they're 65 and 66 with a plus 18. The Cincinnati Reds are 63 and 68 with a plus 29, and the Pittsburgh Pirates are 62 and 68 with a minus 28. Okay. That's the NL Central for you. All of that made logical sense at this point, except the Brewers are just skull fucking the division. Then the NL West. The LA Dodgers, 78 and 53, plus 116 run differential. Okay. Likely thing for the Dodgers to do. This was the shoe-in pick for the division. However, they're only 3 games up on the Arizona Diamondbacks, who are 75 and 56 with a plus 92 run differential. This is a dangerous team, and they are very annoying. San Diego Padres, 74 and 58 with a plus 54 run differential. 64. My mistake. So all 3 of those teams are dangerous opponents. You really don't want to see in a playoff game. But at this point, it's pretty much shoed in. Unless there's some miracle run in the Chicago Cubs or the St. Louis Cardinals. Who knows? The San Francisco Giants are 66 and 66 with a minus 12, and the Colorado Rockies are also a baseball team. They are 48 and 83 with a minus 208 run differential. And that is how Major League Baseball has stood up recently. So with that, that's the episode. This is a quick one. Shout out quickly to Santa Walks on Twitter, Santa Walks Media. We do have a media company. They are ours. Then you have follow us on Twitter at the BB Diaries. Follow us on Instagram at the Baseball Diaries. Follow us on Spotify. I believe that is also the Baseball Diaries. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to the other podcasts that are linked with St. Nora Walks Media. And with that, we will talk to you later. Happy you all joined us. Thank you very much. That is all.